Hey everybody, Joe Smith again. I promised you that today we were going to talk about my favorite fast cheats. For those of you who are just joining us, this is episode 5 on juicing, health, and going hard after God. And I am on day 5 of a total juice fast. Looking to rebuild my health and my mindset, my relationship with God, and press into some things, and inviting you to come and join with me, and hopefully teaching you some very useful tools and skills through these videos as we go. In two regards: one, practical skills and information and tools. For those who are interested in inquiring about a juice fast or a juice cleanse, as it's called. And secondly, to give some encouragement and hope, and just again some tools for those who are wanting to fast and spend a time of season and praying and fasting and fellowshipping with God. But today we're just going to talk about your health benefits of a juice. And for those who have not done such a thing, and even for those of us who have walked through some juice fasts already, getting going is can be rough, and it's those first few days really make or break you. Discouragement can come in really very quickly. Your hormones, your emotions, your mindset, your stomach, of course, will be yelling at you and calling you all sorts of nasty names for putting it through this. And your first few days will be really critical as to whether you push in and continue and finish your fast, So I have cheats that I do. And in a perfect world, and in a perfect juice fast and a juice cleanse, and somebody maybe with resilience of steel may not need these little cheats, but I do sometimes, and I want to share them with you. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is the coffee. It's an issue for me to give up coffee. And you really should give up coffee when you do a juice cleanse. I realize it's liquid and on all of that, and but it's really not the best. If you typically drink coffee that is a non-organic coffee, first of all, you're putting the chemicals and that sort of thing through your body. The point of the fast is kind of to clean that out, right? So that's going against it. Secondly, even if you do drink organic coffee during your juice cleanse, the caffeine can really do a number on your adrenals and fatigue you. When you don't have something solid in your stomach as well, the caffeine kind of hits your blood even that much faster. Really not the best thing to put your body through when you're trying to cleanse it out. So I do really recommend that you give up the coffee, or at least cut it back, or whatever you really feel like you can do. And of course, it's an addiction, right? The caffeine is addictive. And part of juicing is to break, those addictions, the power of your body to pull and control you in ways that you're not controlling in your mind, right? Okay, so all that being said, what about the coffee? How do we get through the first few days without coffee? Okay. I have a couple tricks that I keep close by, and they help me. First of all, I go in with the mindset that I am setting coffee aside, so that part of it is taken care of. But some practical stuff now here, okay? A lot of tea. Obviously, a lot of tea. Black tea, of course, does have caffeine in it. It probably has a little bit less. So if you need to go from the coffee to the caffeine or to the black tea, at least you're taking a step down, right? I have a couple of teas here I'm going to show you, and we will get the websites or the places where you can access these items on the website, the www.yourturnkey.net website. So you can just sort of listen now and go to the website for notes. But this here is called Yerba Mate tea, a very earthy, a dark tea. Again, Yerba Mate tea. For me, it helps with the coffee, helps the cravings, helps the because I drink my coffee black, so is a very sort of an earthy flavor to that, and that helps. Okay. I also drink a lot of Dandelion Root tea, and it's actually something I love, and it was at a point at one time in my life where I would prefer Dandelion Root tea over coffee. Again, these teas don't taste like coffee, so don't think you're going to find something that tastes exactly like coffee and just fool yourself. You're going to know it's not coffee. But if you're willing, they really do help take off the edge. Okay, so that's just my little trick that I do for myself. Now, if you're also looking to get rid of coffee, you can find things like this in your health food store. This is called Instant Coffee Substitute. Okay, and it is a blend of. This one is a blend of roasted barley, rye, chicory, beetroots, and basically it's an instant drink. You put a tablespoon or so in a cup of boiling water. It's dark. It looks like instant coffee, and they tell you, they say instant coffee substitute. Really kind of makes you think that it is very coffee-like. I don't drink it a lot. I'm not very fond of it. I would actually take the dandelion tea over this, and this is something that's trying to taste more like coffee. So it really is a preference, but give it a shot. I find you have to drink it very, very hot and fast, but you know what? If you need something in a pinch, I suggest this. Okay, this is another suggestion. Now, this is becoming one of my favorites. It does not taste like coffee, but again, somehow it has an effect on your mind, and if you're willing, it's something I'm learning to love and preferring over coffee as well. So it is called Maca Root, and this specifically can go in your coffee press. I have a Bodum, a coffee press, and you press it down, and it is a natural root. Does amazing things hormonally for your body, as far and stamina, that sort of thing. It's a fabulous thing to incorporate into your diet all the time. Okay, so maca root powder, again, doesn't taste like coffee, but your body will respond as it responds to caffeine, as far as the vigor and the energy, that sort of thing. So you're doing this juice cleanse, you're kind of starting on something new and different. Let yourself, be introduced to new different things as well. It's sort of a brand new step into something awesome for you, right? So that's what I can do and tell you for coffee, basically. The other thing I want to talk to you about is juice alternatives as well. Now, I have a juicer, a Brayville juicer, and I have been taking fresh produce, pushing it through the juicer, and making my own juice. Now, there are times when it's very difficult to do that, or you're in a rush, or it's late at night, and you just need a little something. And again, as I said, in a perfect world, we should be juicing, because it has those live enzymes in the juice that go right into your body, and it's like kapow. You really, really feel it. But then there's also times where the rubber meets the road, and you know you should not be running to the pantry and grabbing whatever, but you don't want a juice and you don't want to go through the wrestle, and you need to grab something alternative, right? Okay, at least that's me, and I'm real about myself with that. So these are some ideas I'm going to throw out there for you. Um, this here is a carton of coconut water. So I always kind of keep a carton of coconut water in my pantry. It's a it's definitely a wholesome thing. It's definitely gives your body a bit of like energy and nutrients and that kind of thing when you drink it. Again, it is a shelf product. It would be a pasteurized product and that sort of thing. So you're not having the freshness, right? As if you went and cracked your coconut and got the coconut water. But again, I keep it handy because you never know when you're going to just need something wet and something's a little substantial, and water and lemon isn't going to do it, and you need to tide over, right? You can also purchase juice in bottles now, and this is carrot juice. Um, Again, it is from the grocery store. Again, it is a processed carrot juice, but it is 100% carrot juice. I keep it handy. Okay, I like having options. This guy. Now, this guy, I have nothing but amazing things to talk about, and this is kombucha. Um, and I and this I bought in my local grocery store, and I live sort of in the bush in Canada, kind of in a very sort of meat and potatoes farming community, and our little grocery store is carrying kombucha. So you should be able to access it where you're at. And this is a wonderful bottled product. It is full of a lot of probiotics, which is excellent for your body. So you really could be incorporating this into your juicing very, very regularly. It's going to do amazing things for your digestion, and we need to get the kind of stuff moving, and that part of you healthy, especially when you're juicing, because it's all connected. So you want to keep a healthy gut. So definitely pick this up. Have it handy if you need to crack something open. It does have a very unique taste if you're only kind of have a palate for pop and that sort of thing. You're gonna have to give it a little bit of a try. But the thing is, when you're putting something in your body that is good and life-giving to your body responds well, right? And your body does adjust to it and begins to like it very, very quickly. So give it a shot, give it a good shot. Keep going back, and your body's going to start asking you for these things. As like I talked about the dandelion root, I actually started craving that before I craved coffee. So there is hope, coffee drinkers. There is. Okay. The other thing, couple more things real quick. This here, what I have here, is a jar of powdered green product. Now, there are many, many green products available now, and basically you kind of take a scoop of it and you mix it in with some juice or some water, sugar back, and it's kind of like having a fresh juice in a glass. Again, it is a processed product. On the website, the yourturnkey.net website, I will post a list of some of my favorite green products, and I highly recommend them. Definitely keep them handy if you need something. Okay. I do not recommend trying to do a juice fast completely on them. I've tried it, and it just doesn't seem to it doesn't seem to have the same effect. You really do need that fresh juice going through your juicer and out, because there's a lot of life enzymes in that, and your body responds much better to that than it does to a green powder product. Powdered products are excellent. Don't get me wrong. You just don't want to live off of them. Okay. and not do a fast to cleanse off of them. The other thing is as well is when you do, if you do take the green powdered products, they will have fiber in them. And see, a real key point is if you are doing a juice cleanse, you need to not have fiber, because that fiber in your gut is going to stimulate digestion, and the sleeping giant is going to wake up your digestive system is going to sort of wake up and kick in, and it's going to start craving food again, right? So that's part of it. When you're juicing, you're getting just liquid. And ideally, when you do juice, you should be putting your juice through a strainer and making sure all that fiber is out. Your digestion is going to shut down once it stops having bulk. I have a kitty on my cupboard. Can you see that? He's just kind of photo bombing this whole thing. So anyways, really avoid the fiber. Truly avoid. You're gonna find it much easier if you're juicing. Okay, and I can answer that question a little more clearly as we go along. Again, I feel like I should go back and address that, but for time's sake, I want to just stay here. So we have the coffee, we have the kombucha. Another thing I do as well, and this is not juice, but because I'm in Canada and it's starting to get very cold here, very, very cold, really quickly, far too quickly for me, I put in my crock pot a broth. So I make myself a bone broth. I will put get the recipe to you as well, and it's a very healing broth. I put many different ingredients, healing ingredients, a lot of onion and ginger and turmeric and cayenne and that sort of thing, and I keep it in my crock pot on low all the time. So when I need something hot and something that is going to sort of fortify me, that's what I do. Okay. And the last thing I want to give you just a little quick, and again, as I said, I just kind of keep all these things handy to get me through. You got to get through, right? You want to get to the end. You want to get to your finish date. So you do what you got to do, and you pat yourself on the back because you did it, right? So coconut oil. This is just a glorious, glorious product. For those of you who already know and use coconut oil, you know of which I speak. For those who have not, I would love for you to get yourself a jar of coconut oil. Now, what do I do when I need something to chew on, or it's just sort of that feeling in your mouth? You know, I'm kind of a emotional eater. So I find the hardest part of a fast for me is to not go into the kitchen and find myself something to put in my mouth. Okay, I'm working on it. I take coconut oil. Sometimes I put like just even in a spoon, like a teaspoon, and I'll put a little bit of honey with it, maybe a little bit of cinnamon, and I will put it in my mouth, and I will kind of keep it on the top of my roof of my mouth. And I'll just work it around in my mouth and that sort of thing. Not really chewing, because you can't chew it. It dissolves, but kind of gives you something to do. I guess you could chew gum if you wish as well. That's probably a simpler solution. Your gum is full of all sorts of crazy chemicals, so if you're trying to get real clean, if you want to be a real purist about this, ditch the gum, go for the coconut oil. Okay. That's it. Those are my I want to make sure I have it all covered here. Those are my quick cheats. I hope they help you. I hope you find something that you can take away and get through the first few days, and when those rough spots come, because you want to finish this. It's something you've set in your heart to do. You can do it, and I want to do everything I can to see you do it. So look for this information in printed, readable form on the yourturnkey.net webpage. And please continue to correspond with me and get questions to me and comments underneath this video. And I would just love to hear from you. And we'll see you in for video 6 shortly.